World number 7 and Rio 2016 silver medalist P V Sindhu is my guest for this week's podcast.
Hi, I'm P V Sindhu.
There has been a lot of controversy surrounding Tokyo Olympics. What does P V Sindhu feel about it?
Well, yes, definitely we have a lot of uncertainty, but I think things have been getting better, and there are also lockdowns in our cities. So to make sure that the cases are low and the cases are getting reduced. At the same time, yeah, as you said, also the Japanese from their country, they've been telling it's really bad and their city is gone and the country is gone into emergency. But I think the government is really looking forward for the Olympics to happen, and they're really taking care and take the protocol everything, the protocols and the measures to be taken there. They've been very particular about everything. So that is what they are saying. Me being an athlete training here, I think we've been getting all the facilities, and even though in these lockdowns, it's our responsibility to make sure that we are safe and we are taking care of ourselves. Also, maintain the social distancing. So in these times, when we are practicing here, I firstly would like to thank the sports authorities and obviously the tops, because the support that they've been giving us, because it's not that because of the pandemic everybody is suffering, but also at the same time it is very important that the support, even in these tough times, the support that the government is giving, we need to thank them. And I think for us as athletes, we don't have any problem in facing, whether if it's training or going to different places and train there. So everything, whatever we ask, I think the tops and SAI and also the associations and governments have been providing us. So even in these tough times, we are able to train, practice. I think it's because of them, and they've been motivating us and supporting us, because there's no much time for Olympics and there's just 2 months away. So the support that they've been giving us is really good, and we are happy with that. Yes, I'm happy with that.
Well, Carolina Marin will definitely be missed in this year's Tokyo Olympics. And is this going to be a huge opportunity for P V Sindhu to clinch a gold medal?
Well, I don't think so, because, I must say, I think in the women's circuit, top 1 to 10 are of same standard. So, you can't take it easy if, one player is out because of the injury. If you see back, then, there's there's Taizuing, Ratchanok, and also Okuhara, Yamaguchi, and Anseong. So there are a couple of really good players. So, you can't take it easy, and you can't say that, since one player isn't there, then it might be easy. I don't think, because everybody, would be preparing for the Olympics, and everybody would want to give their 100% and will be in their full form. So I think from my side, I have to keep working hard. I can't relax or take it easy. But for me, yes, it is one step at a time, and just be focused and give my best.
Saina and Srikanth will also be missed in Tokyo Olympics, since both the star shuttlers could not qualify for the Tokyo Olympics.
Yeah, so of course, Saina and Srikanth were not able to qualify. But also at the same time, we are in, such a, in this situation that you never know what's going to happen, and, when are the tournaments going to get cancelled, or when are they going to happen. So, even though you expect, yes, if there's this tournament I want to play, it's not only for us, but it is for the whole, like everywhere, all around the world. So we can't think that, if we would have played this tournament, we would have been, qualified or selected, because I'm sure they might be having their own personal rankings and the way of thinking and the tournaments they wanted to play. But also at the same time, in these times, we can't do anything about that. It's not only for us, as I said, it's for everybody. So I'm sure everybody might be thinking the same way, but obviously if they would have been selected, it would have been good for our Indian contingent that there are so many Indian players going for the Olympics. But it's sad that they're not selected, because you never know. We didn't know that we'd be in such a situation when it all started, and we go into the lockdown and tournaments get cancelled. So it's not that even the organizers, the Badminton Association, is really trying hard, but the BWF guys are also trying hard to make it happen. But it's so unfortunate that in their own countries, I'm sure they would be having their own protocols and their own rules, and and the cases might be rising. So it is for the safety of everybody. Apart from all this, at the end of the day, life comes first, and we have to take care of our lives. So in these times, I think, we have to be safe, and we have to make sure, everybody is safe. And that is why, for the safety of athletes and players, the tournaments are getting cancelled. So it's sad that, we couldn't play tournaments. But as I said, life comes first, and we have to take care of us. So the Olympics, obviously, I'm sure, they are taking all the protocols. And I've heard that, whenever we reach, obviously we have to take tests before we leave, and obviously after we arrive. And I think they've told us that, they'll be testing every single day, and we will be in a bio bubble. So I think, it should be fine, because, getting tested every day is, I'm sure everybody will be safe and fine. So hoping for the best, and I hope by then, cases would be reducing, and we all will be fine and safe.
She is preparing herself very well for Tokyo Olympics, because she knows there are a lot of expectations from the people of India, and she is said to be a medal contender, being the silver medalist of 2016 Rio Olympics. How she's preparing herself?
Well, there's nothing like pressure, but obviously, back then in 2016, it was the first time, and it was completely different. This different atmosphere. I didn't know how is it going to be, but playing for the second time, since I know, and expectations are a lot more, responsibilities are a lot more. But it's nothing like I'm the only female athlete in badminton, and it's nothing like pressure. But for me, it's just that I just want to just play, go out there and just play and give my 100%. So yeah, I don't think there's any pressure. Obviously, yes, there will be a lot of expectations, but for me, I just have to focus and give my best.
I also happened to ask Sindhu about her new coach, her South Korean coach, Park Tae-sang.
Yeah, so well, it's been more than it's been 1.5 years that I've been training with Mr. Park. So it's been really good. I know him since a very long time, but after even when he was in other country. But yeah, after coming back to India, I think last time when I started coaching with him, I mean, since we know each other, it was a bit easy to communicate and speak and talk. But obviously, game-wise, definitely yes, he's working on my technique and skill. It took some time, because as I said earlier, it's not so easy, immediately when they teach, it's not so easy to, grab that. It might take some time because, practice, obviously, practice needs to be done every day. So that way, yes, I've been improving, and it's been going well. Right now, we've been doing well, and I'm obviously very thankful that he's always supporting and motivating me all the time, and hoping it will be there even in the Olympics. That support and motivation will always be there, because he sitting behind me, he's been coaching me for almost a couple of tournaments now. So we know, he also as a coach knows what's going on in my head, because as a player and athlete, the understanding between the player and athlete player and a coach is very, very important. So as a coach, when he's sitting behind, he needs to know what's going on in your head, or sometimes we might be upset, we might be blank because we are losing points. So as a coach, he needs to keep his his pressure with him, and he needs to support me. So I think that way he's really doing a great job, and we're really working out on our technique and skill. So you will all look up to that in Olympics. I feel that. So yeah, hoping for the best.
Sindhu has won silver medal in 2016 Rio Olympics, and she says she was pretty new then, didn't know how to handle pressure of Olympics at that point in time. Has she matured as a shuttler, as a person?
Well, Rio was, as I said, yes, I've trained really hard, and obviously it was my first time. So, I didn't know how the Olympics village and how is it the atmosphere out there. But definitely it was beautiful and really, really good. So I'm hoping this time also it will be the same. And Olympics is where it is one of the it is the biggest tournaments, because it comes once in 4 years. And this time it's after 5, because it got postponed. So really looking forward, and well, I think preparations wise everything is going on well, and as I said, everybody is going to be in their top form. So everybody is going to have their own technique and skill, and right now we might not know each other's game, because we haven't played for a couple of weeks, more than a month or two now. So England was the last tournament, so I'm sure everybody is going to come with one or two new skills, so we have to be prepared for everything. Experience wise, yes, I've had 5 years of experience after Rio. So game wise, on court, off court, skill wise, mental, physical wise, everything, yes, I've improved a little more. And experience wise, yes, I've improved a little more. So it's definitely going to be different in Tokyo, because game style, otherwise the way we think, the way we play against the opponents completely is going to be different. Because when you compare back then in 2016 and now, so the skill wise, the thinking wise of each athlete and each individual is going to change, because you might think completely differently back then and now. Back then you might not know, but now you know how it is, and you know how to deal with every athlete. So it's different. Yes, it is different back then and now.
So that was P V Sindhu talking to us. Thanks to Sports Authority of India for facilitating this facility through a virtual meet, so that we as journalists could, talk to our athletes, those who are going to Tokyo, about their dreams, their preparations and stuff like that. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast. Stay connected, stay safe. Bye-bye.